Hey! Hey,
Right,
how are you?
live. So we can start sharing. We are live. It's showing us that we're live right now.
Fabulous. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong thing. Superb. Superb.
Come on, it's not showing that. Come on my page. Come on. If this thing moves. All right, I see.
Oh, that's interesting.
All right, you can start sharing out now. I see it.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Why isn't it showing my? Ah, that's what I wanted.
Right. Let me go in my group. You should see. Did you see it pop up on your page or anything?
I'm just trying to get into my page.
Oh, it's slowly loading into mine for some reason. I don't. Hey guys, hi Larry, hi Nita, hi Chandra. Happy Wednesday, guys. Welcome to the Yin Yang Show. We are kind of running a bit late today. I had internet issues, but we are just here.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, doesn't matter. Right.
I'm gonna try to share it on your page quickly. Maybe that will work.
Yeah, please do. It's not showing anything.
Oh no, it's weird. Like, come on, internet.
Hello, internet, be our friend. Come on, we love you. Send love to it. Hi, Nitab. Hi, Chandra.
It should be on here. Check your page. Check on your page now. You may need to approve it.
Yep.
No, it's there. I see it. Let me share it to spiritual friends now. Did you get to share it to that?
Spiritual friends. I will do if I can find it. I'm just trying to get through my page.
I found it.
Come on. Come on. Everything's gonna go slow with the internet. Oh, come on then. Come on then. Come on. Oh, I can't see it.
I did it. All right. It should be.
It is not showing, but I think it's
It's not showing on your. I shared it on the. It's on Spiritual Friends now too. I just shared it.
Yeah. Let me find it on Spiritual Friends. It'll be a lot easier than finding it on my page.
Well, you're on it?
It's just a little bit difficult because I find it easier to use the laptop.
Oh, okay.
And the phone. I can't use the laptop while I'm here. Why are you not on my page? Let's start again. Oh, dear me.
Hi, Brenda. Hi, Patty. Yeah, this is the Yin Yang Show, Patty. We do this every Wednesday at 11 a.m. my time. Yeah, my allergies are still acting up. Yeah.
And 5 p.m. my time. All right, I've got you. I found you in Spiritual Friends. So we can get this shared out. I've just got it. It's just doing the worm thing at the moment. It's like I'm not really very happy yet. Come on.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you too. Come on.
Did you see what Larry said? He said we're his two favourite people. Oh, that's so lovely. I'm sorry I didn't read your message, Larry. I've been a bit chocker. I've been to the dentist in between all of this malarkey. All right, Nita Nitab has said, hi, donated. Would love to know what's coming in my love, WAG and money.
In my in her love life.
What does WAG mean? I'm English. I have no idea.
It's her spouse's initial.
I thought it was some kind of funky talk that I didn't know, because quite often people send me these abbreviated things, and I'm from the 1970s. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about when you do that.
So it's a way of, you know, getting a reading about someone without putting the person's full name out there. It's their initials.
Excellent. Great. You start, Loy. I'll join on afterwards for Nita. And I'll see whether we can share this out, because I'm still having trouble with my feed.
Alrighty. So Nita. Oops. Nita, I need to go blow my nose just a minute.
It's all go here, isn't it, guys? Hi.
You know, guys, I'll be just like Indigo says, you know, transparent. My allergies are killing me. Even last night I was saying to my hubby that I wonder what a sniffle-free life feels like. Because it seems I've always...
Is it plants?
It's for me, it seems like I'm sensitive to everything. Okay. So it's hard to pinpoint what it is exactly.
Okay.
So just so you know, guys, I'll be here sniffling.
You be all right. You be all right.
All right, Nitab. Oh, first card came out. Nitab, we have the King of Keys here in reverse. And for some reason, you know, when the keys are upright, it means that things are open, things are flowing. But the fact that it's in reverse, I'm getting some sort of issues here. I am getting some sort of issues with this card being in reverse. Like, things are not flowing the way that you want. Things are not going the way that you want. Are you two having issues right now? Yeah, you are having issues, because here you have initiation and the account Saint Germain. And Saint Germain, he really deals with transmutation. He deals with transformation. He is in charge of the violet flame. Saint Germain and Lady Portia, they're in charge of the violet flame. And what they do is they work on karmic energies. They work on transmutation. They work on, you know, getting the energies right. So I'm seeing that Saint Germain is working on this. Whatever is going on, like you're having issues, but he's trying to balance it out. Because Lady Portia is about balance too. Lady Portia is about bringing balance into things. So I'm getting that there is some sort of balancing going on. But for you, it may feel like an initiation. It may feel like, you know, things are like a rough time. Like, you know, some stuff's happening that is kind of hard to deal with. That's the energy that I'm getting from this. You go one more card.
Yeah.
And the thing that I'm looking at too on this card, how they, because you know I use all the symbolism on the cards. This card, your first card, there's a purple border, and you see the purple. Look, you see down here, it's in reverse of purple, right? This purplish color is here. Then look at this. Saint Germain is a purple color again, and see the lady. The lady that's standing in front of him is wearing the purple color. And there's another lady here, and he's purple. So this will show you how these are connected. So he is using his energy to, you know, transmute and to really balance things out. But for some reason, I don't know, I feel like somebody's fighting this. I feel like there are changes happening, but somebody is really, really like, they're not understanding what's going on. They're seeing it from a worldly point of view, not a spiritual point of view. And I'll tell you guys, a lot of times, when we're having issues, if only we would stop seeing them through the eyes of the world. If only we would see with our third eye and not our physical eye. If only we would get a different view. That's why they say perspective. You know, I read a meme. For some reason, Nitab, I'm here to tell you this. I read a meme the other day, and it said, the person said, nothing would make them happy. They were just constantly unhappy. And it's when they realized that they needed to be healed. And once they got healed, they said a war could break out around them and they were happy. And it doesn't mean that this person is happy that the war is going on, because I say that and there are people who will take that wrong. It means that your inner world is in such a state of balance that whenever things are happening externally, you see it with spiritual eyes and you realize what's going on and you don't allow it to affect you. The worst thing we can do, guys, is let the outer world define your inner world. You can't live like that. It has to be your inner world affect your outer world. Don't let when you let your outer world, that means that anything that happens as the wind blows, you're going with it. It's like you're when you have it like that, you're not on a solid foundation. You are building on sand. And the least thing comes, you get blown away.
I want to add on to that, Loy, a few things. So I will turn some cards for Anita as well. But my own story, I went to Egypt once and I went with a partner and we were very naughty. We went somewhere we shouldn't have gone at night, which probably was quite dangerous, but I like to live a bit dangerously. And we arrived at this person's house and I remember thinking, these people are so happy. And all they literally had was the house and a TV and a can of beer. That's all they had. And it really opened my eyes to, we can easily make massive lists of what we want out of life to bring us happiness. But as Loy says, it really starts from within. I also want to say that sometimes we're asking, and I know Nita's been doing this, I know Nita's been asking her deity or her angels. I'm not going to give you a belief system because that's not my thing. But I know you've been asking for help. And sometimes we're reluctant to go the journey that they're putting us on. So what I would say is don't hold on to the need of control. Allow the journey to unravel. And St. Germain's flame, just like Loy said, the purple, the violet flame is very much to do with working from your heart and working with your own energy first, okay? We cannot love anyone if we don't truly love ourselves, because all love is a reflection. All emotions is a reflection.
And it's not only love.
You can look in the mirror just the same. Yeah.
It's not only love, it's trust. And I was telling somebody this yesterday, and she said, I can't trust. She said, I don't trust anyone. And I told her that's because you don't trust yourself. I said, people that say that they don't trust anyone innately, and it's a thing that it's hard for some people to accept, though, that when a person says, I don't trust anyone, it starts with you. Because you see, if you get yourself to where you trust yourself, trusting people, like you don't have an issue with that. When people come into your energy field just by their energy, you don't have to worry about if I'm gonna trust this person or not. But it all starts, just like with love. If you don't have self-love,
it's just like me. It's like me and you meeting, Loy. It's like the first thing we met each other. Like obviously we met on each other's broadcasts and things, but when we actually met in person, we were like two old friends that have never, seen each other not for a long time. But it was just like there is that trust. Now, I used to work for someone who said blanketly, I don't trust anything or anyone except for me. Okay. This is the other side of the coin, is you are putting into the ether if you're not trusting. So if we go down the route of like when someone says you need protection is about self-esteem. It's about self-worth. It's about holding sacred space in self. But when we say we need protection, we're saying we're being under threat. So when we're saying that, we're not receiving the things we want, we're sending out to the ether, we're giving the message to the universe, to whoever it is you believe in, that is your reality. And what we want you to do is we want you to craft your reality by connecting to your heart center to start with. That's really, really important. If you have a partner you don't trust, you need to either look within and say, why don't you trust them? Or you need to just be open. Say, look, darling, there's something going on in my head. I did it with my husband. I said to him, do you still love me? I don't know whether you do. And they quite often will say, yeah, I've just been busy. I've just been stressed. But anyway, your card you have is Stargazer here. And it's saying set your sights higher. Now this is for yourself. Set your understanding. Oh wow, look at that. That couldn't be made up, could it? Look at those two cards.
And you know what?
Wow.
I have another one to a purple card again, the chess game. So right now, Nita, it's almost like a game going on. But you see this game, this is your life. That's what they always say. Life is like a game. Life is like a chess game. But I'll tell you, it came out upright for you, and the queen is standing, and the queen is standing, and it looks like, well, the king is there standing behind the queen. And I see some pieces down. So this is saying, you have to release what doesn't serve you. No, I'm going to tell you, when I say release...
She needs to speak as well, Loy. She needs to speak because all this blue here.
I'm not telling you to leave your husband, because yesterday I was reading and I told a lady that, a new beginning, and she's saying, oh, but I'm happily married. Releasing here, it doesn't mean you're releasing the person. There are energies here that you need to release. And you see these energies, it all comes back here. This piece of the chess game that's laying down, that's what you need to release. You need to get it out of your way. This is like, it's like in your way, stopping you, and you need to release it. The control. You see, Indigo, I just told you that you need to release control. That's one of the worst things, guys, is trying to control a situation, trying to control the outcome. No, it doesn't go like that. Remember, it's divine timing. And if no matter how much you want something, you see, if you're not ready for it. I remember a couple of years ago when I just came here, I was working at a hotel, and there was this old lady, and Miss Gwen. I'll never forget Miss Gwen. And Miss Gwen sat me down one day, we were talking, because she trained me. And she said to me that a lot of times we pray and we ask God for things, and then when it don't happen, we curse God and we say this and we say that. She said, we don't realize that the state that we are in, God cannot give it to us, because it's like putting a jewel in a pig's nose. She says if God gives it to us at that time, we don't know what to do with it. She said if we get that blessing, we squander it. We don't, because we are not ready for it. And she said sometimes, we have to get to the bottom of the mountain to appreciate the top of the mountain, because she says if God gives it to us if every whim you say we want this, it's just like kids. You have some kids who everything they say, as soon as they say I want this, they get it. I want. You don't do that. And she says
we've trained our daughter to say I would like to everything. She doesn't say I want to anything, because she's told not to say I want. She's told to say I would like, or I would like, please. Now, the thing with Nita is that you're talking about money as if money is something you can't achieve, something out of your reach. You need to go in the mindset of, like we're saying, connecting with the heart, connecting with yourself, then having that connection with that friend that may turn into something. If you put that vocal into that situation, you need to be a bit brave with that. But I also want to say to you that if you work on manifestation, we've just had a full moon, but the new moon is in a couple of weeks. Work on manifestation as setting your intentions. Both me and Lloyd do full moon work and moon work, and you can work with the manifestation. And I'm sure Lloyd can put up afterwards all the links, because I haven't got a clue where mine are. But it's just a case of, like, you've got to believe you're worthy. And unless you believe you're worthy, then these things can't come true, because you're not putting the right energy vibration into them. Okay? Lots of love there. Thank you so much for your donation, and thank you for supporting myself and Lloyd with the Yin Yang Show.
Thank you, Nita, for allowing us to read for you as well. We do appreciate it. All righty, so we are going to be moving on.
Welcome to those who've joined. Could you please share out? That would be wonderful. If you want to skip the queue, please do send a donation. All the information is on the screen. I haven't got a clue what it's saying. This is Lloyd's thing. Normally I go, it's this, and this. I don't know. I just don't know.
Indigo, there's a message here for you. Let me show you that just quickly.
Indigo, I finally found out who the lady in my image is. I talked to my mum, and she told me she had a sister that passed away at a young age that I look and act very much like, and that she passed in November, which is the month you said was of importance to her. Lovely. Thank you, Brenda. It's lovely to know. And I hope your mum had that little bit of because something that's happened recently with my mediumship is they quite often give people that people haven't experienced or haven't met so they can go home and talk to their family and give them that little bit of reassurance that not just for them who's receiving the message, but also the family member that they're inquiring about. So it's quite amazing. I love the spirit world.
I see Nita put a message. She said, we are just friends hoping to become more serious. That's where the control is coming in, Nita. You know, we are sending to release. That is where your control, you are trying to control how the situation goes. And you see that king card, king of keys in reverse, is because it's in reverse because to you, you know, it's just not going fast enough. The doors are not opening up fast enough for you. But hon, just release control and you will see the difference. I saw a name here.
For the investment of time, like me and my husband were friends that went for dinner for a long period of time before we got together, and I didn't actually fancy him, he fancied me. And then I did a little bit of magic and out of the sky I suddenly fancied him. So, you know, things can change very quickly. But it's like Lois said, the control thing is really important. Just allow. Okay, when we're in free flow, when we allow what we're doing, things really work out, I promise you. Okay, all right.
So we're gonna do a quick reading for Jaylee.
Yeah,
thank
excellent.
you for sharing us out, hon. We do appreciate it. All right, Jaylee, I'm gonna pull some cards from a Sacred Traveler Oracle deck.
Oh, they sound fun.
Yeah, I love these cards. It's Denise Lynn. Let me show you. It's this deck.
Nice. I have to have a look.
And what I love about that deck, I use that deck with my Viking Oracle cards. You don't have Viking Oracle cards?
I don't. I quite fancy those as well.
These are known.
I think I might have a bit of a purge on my cards. I don't know. I might have tuck them away somewhere and just keep a few decks out. I'm not feeling the love of lots of them at the moment.
You know, I feel that way too. There are some of them that are in the back of my drawer where I don't know. They're
good for teaching, though. It's good to have a really eclectic set for teaching. But yeah, some of them I just feel like I don't get enough from them. But yeah.
You're so right about that. I have some decks that they're just, I use them just for certain things, but not for like really in-depth readings. They're good for just, you know, giving quick answers and so, not in-depth.
Yeah, flittering answer. Yeah. Yeah, I had a couple of, I brought a deck or got given a deck from a friend for a present. And as I was reading through the deck, like every other card said the same thing. I was like, this isn't really very helpful. You might as well not have one.
Well, you know, I'm gonna tell you that only happens whenever I go off on a tangent and buy a deck for myself. You see, every deck that Spirit leads me to, they're always like super good.
I haven't got my soul deck here, but I'll bring my soul deck next Wednesday because it's beautiful.
All right.
Yeah.
Jaylee, you got Freya.
Oh,
the goddess of love and fertility, but also she stands up for women. Freya is the goddess of like she backs women. There's a situation here where you're losing your power, and she's telling you that, listen, it's time to make a stand. It is time to make a stand. And then I'm gonna show you something. These things you can't make up. Look at these two cards that you got. All right, look at this one. This lady has a spear. Look at Freya.
Yeah.
You see the message here? So this is saying, wise leader, you're a beacon for others. No, you are going through some things, but what you're going through is going to strengthen you. You are having, I'm feeling like a certain situation is going on and you're feeling stressed and you're feeling like you're losing it. It's like almost like it's becoming unbearable. But guess what? Once just open up to your spiritual source. This says finding sanctuary. You're trying to find sanctuary, earthly sanctuaries, and it's not going to work in this situation. In this situation, you are being asked to open up to your spiritual source. You know, open up to your spiritual team. Let them help you. Yes, at times, you know, earthly things here can help you, but sometimes the help that we need, it transcends that. It transcends that. And right now, this is one of those times. Freya is telling you, listen, call upon your spiritual source, call upon your spirit team. Allow them to help you. Allow them to breathe guidance into you. And you're going to find a way out of this. But she's telling you, listen, it's time to stand strong as well. Freya, is telling you that stand strong, stand in your power, don't give your power away. What do you have, Indigo?
What do I have? What do I have? Well, I love Freya for a start, because Freya often comes with the crow, and the crow is very much about the energy of stepping through your comfort zone and really facing your fear and walking through it straight head on, and knowing that everything will change the moment you've done that. Okay.
Do you know why she comes with the crow?
There's so many things in life that are blessings. Pardon?
I'm saying, do you know why she comes with the crow?
Because she's connected to Odin, but I can't remember the details.
The Valkyries. No, it's not really the Odin connection, it's the Valkyries. Remember, the Valkyries are the Viking death angels. So that's their appearance, and that is how, back then the Norse warriors, that's how they would say they see them, the Valkyries, when they come to collect the brave warriors who are going to Odin's hall. So that's how that's the look of them, screeching crows.
Yeah, so it is saying it's very similar. So crow energy is very similar to the death card. So it's interesting that you've brought that in, because I'll take that on board for future reference. But yeah, it's very similar to the death card or the tower card of, like, sometimes things have to fall apart for things to really grow, and we must trust in the guidance we're given. Now, Shaman has come in for you, my friend Charlie. And I want to say to you that you've been asking your ancestors for help, because for me, owl is always representative of wisdom and ancestors, okay? Understand, oh, look, she's got the tower there, finding sanctuary, wonderful. There's the shaman drum here, and they're saying to you that you keep calling, you keep asking, but you're not listening.
But she's not opening up. You see, that's the thing. She keeps asking, but she is not opening up to them.
Absolutely. Listen well. You start hearing a little buzzing, okay, when you're listening to spirit. It might sound like a radio is tuning in your ear. It might sound like popping, or it might sound like a hum or a change in sensation around your ear. Just sit and listen well. They're trying to communicate to you. I know you have really crazy dreams, and I know that there's a gentleman that walks with you in your dreams. So there's a dream walker that takes you on journeys. Enjoy what they're showing you and take note, because they've got all these bells on them, and they're just saying they're trying to get your attention. But I think the earthly person there is just so focused on the fear of the world and the fear of what's going on, that you're not actually connecting to the energy of nature, which is the energy of spirit. So understand, yes, we can fear things. And yes, myself and Loy in this right moment could be, oh my gosh, this could be terrible. We could make right mess of this, and we could be so fearful, but we could also smile and really enjoy the moment. So life is a choice. Try and choose as best you can the upbeat, the positive, what makes your heart flutter, because that's what we want to bring to you. But it's saying trust in higher forces. Keep asking, but know that they won't necessarily respond in a way you expect. Okay. I do see for you around the 5th of October, there's major changes coming. I know that's next week, so it's very, very soon. There's something you've been asking for that's going to come to fruition. And I want to say to you, just keep on requesting help. Someone asked about angels earlier. You can only get your angels to help if you request of help. It's not a weakness to request of earth or spirit some support. Okay, lots of love there. Thank you very much.
One quick word before I go, Jaylee, in regards to what me and Indigo were talking about, the Valkyries, and it's so funny we brought up the Valkyries and the crows and all of that. And the message I'm hearing for you is, I'm gonna say it, but I'm gonna explain it. So I heard in my head, death is not the end, because there is always a new beginning. And I was showing a scene where it's like the Valkyries taking the brave the souls, they died on Earth, but then they took them to Asgard to sit around Odin's table. And you know what they do? They were so happy when they got there. So that shows you that, sometimes we see something ending in our lives and we try to hang on to it, and we don't realize that it's a transition to bring us into something better. Now look at it. These Viking warriors, they died. And yet the minute they died, they were transferred to heaven. to the Vikings' heaven. And they were transferred there, and they were eating, and they were drinking, and they were happy. They were so happy to see Odin. And it just shows you that even though something painful, the ending may be painful, joy comes after. And every ending, it means a new beginning. All right, Jaylee, that's what I have for you. Thank you for allowing us to read for you. You want to choose something?
I have some noise in my ear in my ears all the time. Sit and listen, and ask them to be clearer. Okay. All right. Can't say it's not a medical reason, because it could be, but they are saying they're trying to get through to you. Okay. Lots of love there. All right. I'll leave you to choose, Lloyd, because I'm still trying to transfer it onto my page. I don't quite know what's going on here. It's all very
Hi, Lauren. Lauren is here.
Hi, Lauren. Yeah, I can read.
Lauren Brooks, are you still here? Your Lauren is here, Badrock, and then there's a Lauren Brooks above her.
Yeah.
Are you here still, Lauren? Give us a shout out if you are. Oh.
Yes, ma'am. But she's on the Facebook user, so you need to give permission for whoever to show your name. I don't know where we are. Melon.
No, the thing is, with Melon, it keeps the if you're in a private group, it keeps it private. It doesn't show the name of people in the private.
Okay. Oh, that's all right.
It respects their privacy.
I like that. Very nice. Very nice. I just know in StreamYard, some people need to say permission, but I don't use private groups. I stream into public groups. So I don't know.
I streamed it into my group, and my group is private.
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah, I know, Miss Exclusive. The name sound not coming in.
Lauren, I got Fenrir for you, the wolf. And this is about something, I don't know, something has either ended. It's about, I think this is something that ended before. Like, I feel like this is something that fell apart for you that's still affecting you. That's what I'm getting with this card. Like, Fenrir is like, it's the wolf in Viking mythology that eats the world, and then the world starts over. So it's kind of telling you that even though something ended, and yes, it's affecting you, something new is gonna begin, but you have to give it time and space. You have to give whatever new that wants to come in your life, you have to give it time and space to develop. And I jumped into the book for this because I haven't used my Viking Oracle deck in a while, so I wanted to reacquaint myself with this card. And it says, there's power in endings. Let go of your hatred. So whatever feelings you're feeling regarding this person, regarding this ending, it's holding you back, and it's time to let it go. It is time to let it go. It's time. That's what it's telling you, that it's time to let this all go, all right? I know that there's a power in endings. When anything that ends, something new always begins. You never have an ending without anything new begin. But most times it's just that as humans, we are impatient. We are so impatient. We always want things to be happening. We always want, things to be happening now and our timing. And if something doesn't work out the way we want it, then we start to feel sad. And we don't even realize that a lot of times rejections and endings is God's protection. It's protecting us from what's not meant for us and putting us into what's meant for us. But we know it's like, I see this pic in my head, this meme I always see, like you have a tiny little raggedy teddy bear and holding on to it, and God is saying, no, let it go, give it to me. And you're like, no, I love this. And you don't see that he has a teddy bear behind him that's a mountain, but he's just asking you for faith. Just let go, let this go, and let me show you something. But a lot of time, we don't want to do that. We want to keep hanging on. And that's the thing with Earth. Earth is here, or they say Earth is a master school, because we are here to master ourselves and our emotions. We are here to master detachment. We got to live in a world of detachment. That's why the Bible says, be of the world, but not in the world. And it means that you don't get attached to anything here. Nothing here matters at the end of the day. What matters is your soul. What matters is the lessons that you come here to learn. That is why a lot of us can't come off this karmic cycle. And we come here, and every time we are here, our life is just harder and harder and harder because we refuse to learn the lessons that are put in front of us to learn. And so we keep being on the karmic cycle. Because look at it. If you incarnate this time around to learn, say you incarnate to learn how to detach, and you find yourself like an octopus sticking onto everything that comes your way, what do you think happened? You're gonna come back, and you can't ascend. It's like you go into a university and you have a module to learn, a course, and you keep failing it. Can you graduate university? So we need to stop hanging on to things like octopus, like with octopus tentacles, holding on to things in our life, thinking, oh my Lord, if I don't have this, what am I gonna do? Nah.
So just to add on to what Loy's saying, there's a real fear of change there. And my husband said to me a very long time ago, I said to him, I don't like change. I'm frightened of change. And he said to me, there's one thing you've got to get used to, because change is an inevitable force. And it stuck with me because nothing is constant, nothing. Any suffering, any sadness, any happiness, nothing is constant. But the best thing you can do is make the decisions for you which makes your life lighter. And when we don't have that attachment to things and ideas and ideals and you can live your dream, you can have your dream in your mind, you can say, this is what I want out of my life, that's fine. But then you don't make every month and you can make a journey towards it, but you need to wait with patience to when it's the right divine timing, as Loy's saying as well. But I totally understand and get what you're saying about the cycles, because what you'll find is you'll find certain friends will contact you and say, oh, my boyfriend's done the same thing he did every month the last year, because there's people who don't learn their lesson. And if you don't learn the lesson, it repeats and it repeats and it repeats. So you may have a relationship where you're demeaned. You may have a relationship where they spend all your money. Learn from that lesson. And instead of looking for someone who's a similar ilk to the last lesson, break the mold. This is important. But it's down to you as individuals to know what to do to break the mold, because it's personal. It's completely personal. We've got Air Guardian, which is interesting because it's saying shift your perception. Shift your perception. All starts, as Loy's saying, all starts here. Here and here. You can change your whole world by how you perceive it.
I'm going to tell you something, Lauren. This is how life is. As Indigo was saying, say you have somebody, you're in a relationship and they may do certain things, and you don't do anything to change that. That until you change it, that will show up in your career. Next you get a boss that's demeaning you, and you got to start getting those friends, because why? You're on the same vibrational energy. So all you're going to attract is the same type of people. So in order to get out of that, you have to break the mold. You have to break the mold and learn, change. You say you're fear of change. I'll show you the simplest things that I tell people when people say they fear change. Look at the seasons. Winter never lasts forever. Summer never lasts forever.
But this is part of the reason why, because I'm a pagan, but I don't necessarily have a belief. I don't really like that, but I work with nature, and this is part of the reason why pagans have like an altar corner or a shelf with the seasons on, because it's honoring the fact that nothing stays and there's beauty in every season. Now, you'll see as winter comes on, I really struggle with winter, but I'm going to honour it by going Viking this year. I've got a massive furry thing to put on, and, I'm just going to honour it in its own way. But it's really important that we understand that the 4 directions, the 4 corners of the earth, and the 4 seasons, and everyone on this show is equally as important. We all deserve everything we dream of. But it's also to do with personal responsibility. What's that one thing I can get up and do tomorrow that will make me closer to my dream? And sometimes we have to look at our personality or how we're behaving around other people. Sometimes we have to look at our diet and our well-being. There's so many things to take a look at. But if you change one thing even every week or every month, you will get closer and closer to that dream. And that's where me and Loy really want you to get. All right. Right.
All right, Lauren. Thank you for allowing us to read for you. You know, we owe Lauren a card from last time. You're Lauren.
So. Yeah, my Lauren. Hey, my Lauren.
Lauren, you have caught in the runes here. And it's in reverse. So this is telling me that you're about to come out of a situation like something has been going on where you had felt like there was no way out, but your angels have made a way for you. They've opened the door, because if you realize, you know, caught in the ruins, it's in reverse. There's no roof here. So it's like an open space for you to just, the doors have been opened. At first, it was like this. The situation was like this, where you didn't see a way out. You didn't feel like, you know, it's almost like I'm getting an eight of swords mentality with when it's being upright. Like you couldn't see a way out. All you saw were the bars around you. But your angels, your spirit team has worked on this, and they've flipped it in reverse, and they're telling you, hey, we cleared the way for you. It's wide open. You can get out. That's what I'm getting here for you with this card, Lauren. And look, so then, Lauren, you have the light of the world. So this and this, I'm going to show you how these two cards line up. You see this? You may not even realize this is happening as yet. You may not even realize that the doors have been opened. But looky here, you have the light of the world. So here is this man outside now, you know, he's knocking, he's coming to offer help. But it's like you're not even looking. You're inside so busy that you don't see that help is at the door. A person is at the door with that light that you need to really illuminate and see things. You're not really seeing that. So this is your spirit team now telling you that, hey, hon, we're here. You know, we're trying to get through to you on a particular issue, but it's like you're not even paying attention. The signs, we are sending you signs, we're sending you symbols, we're sending you help. But you're so busy caught up in this that you don't realize that they're offering you help. They're here to help you. What do you have, Indigo?
What do I have? What do we have for Lauren? Okay. What do we have for Lauren? Spirit, what do we have for Lauren? All right. We've got, abundance. I meant to pick one. We have two. So we have High Priest, which is intend and create. So I feel that we've had quite a running theme today, actually, of this like need to be in control, needing to hold on with nearly everyone we've read for. And I really feel this is very similar for Lauren. I feel that the High Priest has stepped forward and just saying, actually, the most important thing you can do is intend and create. I met someone at the weekend, and out of when I was doing my stall at the weekend, I only had a couple of readings, so it wasn't financially beneficial, but it certainly was meeting the people and experiencing what they had to say. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to remember the way he wrote it, but he said, you set your intention, you trust and allow, and then you know that you're going to receive it. Now, I know this is law of attraction. I know this is the secret, but I need to remind you, because I want to say simplify, Lauren, and I know you know that I'm a real fan of the number 4, the 4 directions, the 4 seasons, the 4 times of the moon, you know, all the different 4s that we can see in our existence. But I want to simplify things. I feel that there's so much information going into your mind that you could be getting contradictory information anyway, which you've come across. But it's more about feeling into things. It's more about knowing that your guides will tell you. You don't need to having qualifications is lovely, but you don't need to read into everything. Ask your guides and know, as I was told by Tony Stockwell, whatever you guide you need at that moment. If you want to do psychic surgery, you send a thought out to your guides to bring someone forward that's going to help you with psychic surgery. They will present who you need at that moment. It's simplifying, it's seeing things from a different perspective. calming things down, enjoying it a little bit more than making it the hard work you are. Now, I know this angel's very, very close to you. I also know that they're showing you the Merkaba. So it might be something you've been considering about working with the Merkaba and working with Archangel Metatron, because that's very much coming in for you. The second card you have with your abundance is Sky Father, and it's saying trust in the unknown. Okay, trust in the unknown.
You know,
there's not necessarily a big man in the sky, but I think it's quite tongue-in-cheek, this situation. But just know that you have all you need within you. Okay, lots of love there.
Lauren, seeing Seraphis Bay around you. You know who Seraphis Bay was? Or who Seraphis Bay is? For some reason, Indigo is talking, and I'm looking at that card because there's an Egypt. That card, the High Priestess card, it's an Egyptian mythology card. That card comes from, because you know that deck that Indigo is using, I actually have it too. So I'm a favorite decks. Kyle Gray is one of my favorite persons ever. But I'm gonna tell you, Lauren, there's two messages here for you. Face your fears. Your fears are holding you back. And it's like you keep yourself busy. You see that card that I pulled for you with the light of the world. You keep yourself busy so you don't face your fears. It's almost like it's a coping mechanism. So whenever your fears come your way, you get busy like a bee. It's almost like you turn into a bee and an ant all in once, and you're scurrying around and doing everything but looking at that door where the changes are happening. Seraphis Bay. He was a high priest in Egypt. He reincarnated a couple of times. He was a pharaoh. He was a high priest. He's showing me he was Imhotep. You know how they do that mummy show?
Imhotep, yeah.
Yes, he was Imhotep at one point. And he assists us with ascension. Seraphis Bay. Indigo brought up Metatron, but yes, the Merkaba, yes, Metatron, but for you more now, I'm seeing Seraphis Bay. His energy is coming through stronger. He is in charge of ascension, of our souls ascending, and he wants to help you to ascend. He wants to help you to transmute this fear that you have into change your fear into something that can motivate you and can push you. And another thing, you are very, very much connected to the universe more than you think, and your thoughts are very powerful. So you see this intend and create card, Seraphis Bay, is telling you that anything that you intend, anything that you think, you won't even realize it happens. You create it. You start creating it in the spiritual world, and it manifests. So he's saying be very, very careful with what you're doing. And also, like I say, face your fear. And see, once you face your fear, you're going to be unstoppable.
And you can drive here, Lauren. It will be fine. Lauren's driving from Norfolk down to where I live on Friday. So, that'll be another moment where you're going to be able to show the world that you're stepping out of your comfort zone and you're a strong, independent female. And that's really, really important. I once took a flight to Egypt and went to Egypt on my own, which was mad. I would never do it again. But I tell you what, the change it made in my life, having that trust in myself and the moment that was going on, was incredible. And I would never, ever take it back, because even though it wasn't the easiest situation, it changed my world. It changed my life. It made me realize that I could stand on my own 2 feet and I would be okay. Okay.
You say that, Indigo? I believe that every one of us, we need, as I say, some time where we do things on our own. We travel, we go places, we do things that we fear, go places that we never thought we would go, not with others, not with people, but by ourselves. Because some experiences, that's one of the things I say, guys. People think that, at all points of your life, you got to be attached to somebody. No, some experiences, even Jesus went off on his own for 12 years. Even Jesus went off on his own to learn and all of that for 12 years. So that tells you something that, there comes a point in life when we got to do a one-ring circus. There comes a point in life when we have to go at things on our own.
Yeah, and even if you're sitting, so when you're developing as a medium, part of your journey will be sitting in what they call the power, which is basically sitting in your own energy field and feeling the difference of spirit stepping into your energy field or being in your auric space. But that's the thing, you know, as much as we've had a difficult time with the pandemic, a lot of people now know who they are. They now know how they feel energetically.
And you know
and
why?
that's a really, really strong benefit, because we were all running around so fast. We didn't have a clue what we wanted out of the world or out of life or out of our relationships. And like, you know, my relationship with my husband's 5 times better than before whatever we've had going on. So, you know, there's always a silver lining, but that's how I live. So, yeah.
And even with Indigo, you know, you're saying that a lot of people are like starting to figure things out. It's the age of Aquarius, guys. This is not the age. We're no longer in the age of darkness. We're no longer in the age of Pisces. It's the age of Aquarius, where everyone is starting to wake up, and a lot of transformation is going on in people's lives. People are starting to walk away from situations that doesn't serve them. People are starting to realize that even work. People are starting to realize, like, you know what? Work drains my soul. I am not happy. People are not going after financial gain, purely financial gain anymore. People are starting to work from their heart. They're starting to do what they love, what serves them.
And it's also like the level of people speaking their truth, and the level of people awakening. Like men, this movement of men being able to openly say how they feel is a very, very recent idea.
Yes. Because men were
taught. The emotional freedom has been amazing. I've got time for one more, Loy, and then I've got an appointment. So would you like to choose someone through the list, unless anyone wants to donate to skip the queue? It's up to you, folks.
Okay, well, Kamala had said that she wants to know which chakra she needs to work on. And so I pulled a few cards here for her. So I'm just going to tell her, come on, the main one that came out for you is your sacral chakra. And even when I was pulling the cards,
where I was going to go, straight down there.
When I was pulling the cards for you, as soon as I tune into you, I'm going to tell you, my lower back is killing me. All of my lower back, all of from under here down needs to be worked on. Your roots. So I'm going to tell you, your base chakra. And our chakras, guys, quick thing I'll put out here as before we go. Your chakras develop. There's a time period for every chakra that defines every chakra. And for you, come on, your formative years were not the best. You didn't have a root, a base system. You need to work on your root chakra. Yes, your sacral came out here, but I tell you, your base chakra, the roots. The root chakra, it's our family, it's our roots, it's who we are, and that is developed between 1 and 7. So you see, if you don't have a good base during 1 and 7, it affects you to the rest of your life. So right now I'm telling you, for you, Kamar, that you need to work on the lower chakras, but especially your base chakra.
And especially a connection with the female in the family. I feel it's mother as well. It's the bond with the mother. And the way you feel, Moisit, about being a mother or not being a mother, I don't know which one you are, but it's just about motherhood in general. And it's like the reflection of how I experienced my mother at a young age. I'm either not very comfortable being a mother, or I'm not very comfortable with the idea of being a mother because I would do that.
She is, but I'll tell you,
she's a mother.
It's so funny. But she's a mother. She's a very good mother. But she, in some ways, she overcompensates. And guys, I'll tell you,
she puts herself down for it. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, a lot of people say I'm a good mum, but I don't feel I'm a good mum. But my mum wasn't really around. But she wasn't around because of choice. She was around because she had a full-time job as a ward nurse. And, you know, when you're a small child, you don't really understand mum not being there because she's on a different shift to last week. You know, children need routine, and I think that's really important for Moist Sweet. But the other thing about the sacral that I wanted to bring in is following your bliss, spending time. There's something around your child or children that you really put a lot of emphasis on their study, but you also need to have a good time. You need to enjoy what you're doing. We can learn really, really well through action, through play. It's a physical fact. It's a scientific fact.
You know, I told her that the other day that
Yeah.
I got a card that told her that she needs to go out and play. She needs her inner child, her inner child, and I'm getting like between 5 and 7 because that was the age I was coming out at that time.
But you can still learn. You can still, you know, if they're younger and they need to do maths, you can go out and pick twigs and they can do their maths with the twigs or with the stones. Or you can do some drawing and like put some massive pieces of paper on the floor and just get some paints and be mucky and messy. But there's a real need to fulfill that in a child, but there's a need also to connect on that level with your children. And like as Loy's saying, sorry, I'm not saying you're a bad mother at all, but I'm just saying that for you to feel that connection that you want to feel, it's sometimes taking yourself down to their level really, really works, but do it in a way that you're comfortable and you're still teaching, because teaching is really, really important to you. I don't know whether it's something you've thought about doing, but some kind of training or teaching would really suit you. Okay, I'm going to give you one last card because I've got to go in a mo. So we've got full moon here. Full moon was yesterday in the UK. Take note of intuitive messages. You're having messages. I'm not keen on the word downloaded because it sounds like a computer, but they're being imprinted into your mind. Okay, this is not coincidence. Take note of them, write them down. Definitely from now to the new moon, which is 2 weeks time, there's going to be some major shifts in your world. Okay, don't be frightened, don't be freaked. All it is things you've desired are starting to happen, but there needs to be a bit of a shake up of things around you to start that off. Okay, so know that your dreams are going to come true in this 2 weeks that you've been requesting of help, but you also need to put some action in yourself. We can't leave everything to the angels and ancestors and higher spiritual beings. We also have to show promise and that we're putting in commitment and determination with it as well. All right, I'm going to leave you with Loy and dream about full moon this morning. Wow, make sure you write it all down. It will have a reason behind it. Even if you don't want to decipher it now or you don't understand it now. I had a dream a few weeks ago that I was reversing my car up a hill and it exploded. It was very frightening actually, because I thought I haven't had a premonition in a long, long time, and it looked like my car. It felt like me. And it turned out that I didn't reverse my car and it exploded, but I did have a serious problem with my car and it stopped on a hill. And it freaked me out because I was very stressed at the time. And I ended up knocking a wall. So it was like saying to me, something's coming. It was saying something's going to happen. But sometimes we don't know what's going to happen until after, but just take note because it's important to watch what's going on. Okay, all right, I'm going to leave you with Loy now, and
we're gonna actually be wrapping it up now because we both have other engagements to attend to. So I will see you guys. Thank you all for being here, for allowing us to read for you. We will be back next week, same time, same place. I wish you all a wonderful evening. I'll be getting on here probably about 4 p.m., 3:34. to do some readings as well. So I'll see you all then. All right.
All right. Take care. I'll be on later on in my page, but I have no idea what time yet. Depends how my energy rolls. All right. Take care. Bye. Lovely to see you, Loy. Thanks for being here, folks. See you next week. Bye-bye.